recreational learners. This is another lesson of Too Good for Drugs. Today we're going to do things a little different. Today is an extended lesson of lesson 7, which was nicotine. This is an extended lesson on tobacco products. Now, there are many different types of tobacco products, but all of them contain nicotine. For example, cigarettes, hookah, cigars, vaping and e-cigs, and smokeless tobacco products. Now, we're going to go over a little bit in depth on all of those and how they can affect your health. Now, the tobacco and cigarettes contain nicotine, and the addictive ingredient in all tobacco-related products. Now, nicotine addiction symptoms can occur just weeks after smoking begins. Now, here's an alarming statistic. 1/3 of youth that try smoking become daily users. Now, with cigarettes, there's long-term and short-term effects. Now, short-term effects can happen almost instantly when you start smoking cigarettes, such as stained teeth, chronic coughing, increased phlegm, shortness of breath, hearing loss, vision problems, and headaches. Now, long-term effects of smoking cigarettes include heart disease, chronic lung disease, lung and other cancers, and stress. Now, with cigarettes are just one type of tobacco product. A new tobacco product that's getting very popular is e-cigarettes. Now, e-cigs do not contain tobacco, but they do contain nicotine from tobacco. And nicotine is the addictive ingredient that comes from tobacco. Now, a big myth on e-cigs is that the vapor that comes out is harmless. That is not true. It's an aerosol that contains nicotine and a number of other chemicals. Now, nicotine levels have been found to be mislabeled on electronic cigarette packages, just for the reason why, because people go to e-cig stores and say, you know what, the nicotine level is not that high, so that must be a safer alternative than cigarettes. So they end up buying e-cigarettes. Now, a lot of people think that e-cigs have been scientifically proven to help people quit smoking. That is false. E-cigs have not been scientifically proven to help people quit using products. And in some instances, people actually go back to traditional tobacco products when they start using e-cigs. Now, fruity flavors merely cover up the toxic dangers of tobacco products. There are many different flavors. There's cherry, menthol, watermelon, and a lot of people say, well, you know what, it smells good or tastes good, so it must be healthy for me. That's not the case. Now, with e-cigarettes comes e-liquid poisoning. And between 2012 and 2017, 8,269 e-liquid poisonings of children under 6 were reported to poison centers. And as well as secondhand e-cigarette aerosol exposure is harmful. Now, pets are also at risk for exposure to accidental ingestion of e-liquids. Just think, some of these e-cigarette liquids leak, and just like pets, when they see anything on the ground, they'll lick it up. So they can cause ingestions on pets also. Now, Juul is a newer type of electronic nicotine delivery device. It resembles a USB flash drive. Juul's fruit and candy flavors attract younger users. And Juul pods have a higher concentration of nicotine than many other e-cigs, and posing additional health concerns. Now, newer vapes using lithium-ion batteries seem to explode more often than previous models. So as of February 2018, 274 e-cig explosions have been reported. Of these, 182 resulted in injuries. And explosions include a loud noise, light flashes, smoke, fire and projection on device parts, and more than half the time, fire are started on nearby objects. Now, here are some of the exploding vaping injuries that happen. First and second degree burns, broken teeth, eye injuries, and worst case scenario, death has happened. Death has happened. Next, we have hookah. Now, smoke from the heated tobacco and hookah clogs the pores in your respiratory system. Hookah users are exposed to more smoke than cigarette users. And the big myth with hookah is people say, well, the water in the hookah cleans out the smoke. That is false. The water moving through the pipes does not clean the smoke inhaled. Now, hookah is equally damaging to your health, just as cigarettes. There are two different types of hookahs. There is the traditional hookah, as we see right here, and there are the hookah pens. Now, usually with most hookah bars or hookah lounges, you're in a, pretty much in a small area. And just think, let's say you're smoking hookah for 1 hour. How many cigarettes you think that equals? That probably equals about 100 cigarettes. And just think if you're there for 3 hours, how much smoke you're inhaling. That's a lot. Next, we have cigars. Now, cigars are perceived as healthier than cigarettes, but the only difference between the two is what they're wrapped in. Cigarettes are wrapped in paper. Cigars are wrapped in tobacco. Now, there are three types of cigars. You have the little cigar, the cigarillo, and the traditional cigar, the big cigar. Now, tobacco industries packages their products to appear as candy or other sweets, and they make like cigar products more. They make them seem like it's more affordable. Like on packages, they'll tell you the prices. You can get 3 for $5, or you can get 5. You can get 5 for 3. Excuse me. And a lot of people see that and say, you know what, that's a good deal, and not knowing that they're going to be using more tobacco products, and they're probably going to buy in bulk because they feel like they're getting such a good deal. Now, smokeless tobacco products are equally as addictive as traditional tobacco products. Smokeless tobacco products causes tooth decay, and over 70% of smokeless tobacco users suffer from many diseases, such as mouth cancer and pancreatic cancer. Now, chewing tobacco, dip, and snuff have been linked to many other cancers also, such as cancer in the tongue, cancer in the palate, and cancer in the gum. Now, some smokeless tobacco products are also spitless, making them more convenient to use, but they still contain the highly addictive ingredient, which is nicotine. So in summary, all tobacco-related products contain nicotine. The nicotine in cigarettes and other tobacco products is highly addictive. E-cigs, hookahs, cigars, and smokeless tobacco products contain toxic chemicals, including nicotine. Vaping mist contains harmful chemicals. E-cigs can also cause injuries through battery explosions. Tobacco company products packaging makes them appear healthy and safe. Candy flavors only mask bitter taste and harmful effects of tobacco products. So, in summary, there is no safe way to use tobacco products reviewed in this presentation. So for our next week lesson, we're going to talk about the dangers of prescription and over-the-counter drugs.